Could they pull it together by 2012? Probably could. But that would be out of God's season. So the church needs to pray. You know, the Satanists today pray that the church will go to sleep until the Antichrist arises. That's how they pray about you. They pray that you will stay in a state of apathy, a state of spiritual sleep, until the Antichrist comes forth and you can do nothing about it. Isn't that wonderful? You're being prayed for. And the amazing thing is their prayers are working. The church is asleep. Even those, I can remember when I first started having these fantastic angelic visitations, and the Lord told me, I want you to go into the church and I want you to tell them what I've shown you. And so every place I would go, I mean, it would be standing room only crowds. If they had, rooms where they had it set up to a camera, those rooms would be filled. Every place I went, the people wanted to hear about the angels and what the angels had to say. And when I would contact pastors 6 months later or a year later and ask them how their church was doing, because there was such a fire ignited in those services. How is your church doing? Well, things have settled down. What does that mean? Well, the people, they were really on fire for a while, but, life goes on. So things have settled down and the fire's kind of simmered out. And I learned over the years that prophetic knowledge in the church doesn't necessarily convict the heart and bring the church into a place of transition. Mostly what happens is you give prophetic understanding, insight, I call it prophetic insight, to the church. They love to hear it. They love the words of the prophet. They love the song of the prophet, Everyone loves to hear the prophetic word. But the church fails in this one thing. They do not take the prophetic word and use it to change their heart, which is what we must do. When we hear that God is going to do thus and so, or the enemy is going to do thus and so, we take those things and we use them to change our heart. If Satan is going to do this, then I need to prepare thus for what he's going to do. I need to change my life. I need to change my lifestyle, the way I live, the way I think, the way I feel, in preparation for the things that are coming. I used to tell everyone, everywhere I went, get rid of your credit cards. Just get rid of them. People would say, how do you live without a credit card? Well, people do it. I mean, there is potential in life beyond the credit card. Then we put up on our website, please don't spend money on your credit cards. Interest rates are going to go down to 1%. And it will be a trick to get you in debt on your credit cards. And then suddenly, the cork is going to be pulled out of the whole system. And people are going to lose everything they've got because they went on these 1% credit cards and raised their debt $30 and $40 and $50 and $60,000. The prophetic word is given to warn us so we will change and not do things the way we used to do them. So I would say to people, please get rid of your credit cards. You don't want your credit cards. Not really, you don't. Because what is going to happen in the near future regarding the whole credit system, you don't want to be a part of. Get rid of your credit cards. And can I tell you about what percentage of people listened to my pleadings over those many years? 0. God speaks to us prophetically to warn us so we will change. our direction. He does it out of love. If we have to change our heart to change our direction, then that's what we go for, is the change of heart, so that the change of direction will come. Do you understand what I'm saying? Prophetic information is not just to make you, an intellectual, spiritual genius. It is to provoke change. And I tell you that before I tell you what I'm going to tell you. The Antichrist is coming. He is here. His kingdom is going to arise, and it's going to do it in our lifetime. We must prepare, because we are going to be here. It's not going to be like you've always been told. I can remember my daughter, she was 11 years old. She had gone to see that movie, Left Behind. You're all familiar with that? She came home. She went to bed. I gave her my usual kiss goodnight. We did all of our, nighttime prayers and things that we used to do together. I walked out. I turned her light off. Good night, honey. Love you. She got up, shut the door, and the Lord said to her, I want you to open the Bible to the book of Revelation. I'm going to talk to you about the movie you just saw. This went on for 3 nights. At the end of 3 nights, the Lord spoke to her, and he said, the church is going to be here in the rise of the Antichrist. And I've created you to be a martyr for my glory. She's 11 years old. Will you give your life for me as a martyr? And she said yes. Now, if God will talk to an 11-year-old child like that, he should be able to talk to his adults and tell us the truth. And we should be able to be wise enough to appropriate the grace, to appropriate the faith, to prepare. How do we prepare for this one? Go higher. Walk in the life of the Spirit, and you never have to fear what is going to go on in the days ahead. Can you walk in the life of the Spirit? If you can walk in the life of the flesh, you can walk in the life of the Spirit. Amen? How do you walk in the life of the Spirit? Get our CDs. We won't even charge you for them. All you have to do is pay the postage and listen to them again and again and again until it clicks in your head. I don't have to live like this. I can live higher than Christianity, traditions, and the spirit of religion. I can live above that and walk and live in the life of the Spirit. When you get it in your heart, the rest will flow. Amen? Are you still with me? I noticed none of you got up and left. I'm so proud of you. I was in India. 2 friends of mine and I met together in a hotel room. And as one of the friends and I were talking, the other friend was receiving a visitation from an angel. Now, if you don't think that that made the other friend and me feel very stupid, that an angel had come into our room and given the information that I'm going to give you tonight, and he and I, who are supposed to be so spiritual, did not even know it. We just noticed that the third friend was very disinterested in what we were saying, not paying a bit of attention to all of our conversation because he was looking straight ahead at something. When we finally decided we need to find out what's going on, we asked.